Hi guys, it's JJ Halloween, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing, setup, demo, and review of Spirit Halloween's 2025 Monkey Business. So, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so I'm starting the unboxing with the box on the floor, and because it's a slide-out tray, so you're going to slide it out of the box. And one thing Spirit Halloween started this year is making their boxes more durable. So it's good for repackaging and will last you a long while. All right. So here on the slide-out box, we have the box that the monkey jumps out of, the outside of that. We have his clothes. Here's one of his arms, and here's the other arm. See if I can get this out. We have the hip loop. We have one of his hands, which is a hard plastic. His shoulder frame. Another one of the hands. And here we have his two shoes, which are also hard plastic, not the cheap clown shoes that are commonly used. Let me see if I can get this out. There's a lot of things that are zip tied down here. But right now I can take out the monkey's head. So let's take it out of this piece, and here it is, the monkey's head. That looks awesome. Now, one of my favorite animatronics, here's the adapter, is Henry Hustle. So this one reminds me a lot of Henry Hustle. It's made by the same company, Crazy Create, and it has a jump scare and it's a clown. So I feel that they're pretty similar, and they can pair very well together. Here is his control box and waist piece. Let's try to take out his main mechanism. Here's his main mechanism that allows him to pop up. What else do we have in here? We only have a few more parts left to take out of the box. As you can see, we have a handful of poles, his base, a little, not sure what this piece is exactly. I think this actually holds his box in place. Then the final piece is his head. So let's take this out of the box and check out how his head looks. Gonna cut it open. Let's check it out. And there's his head. That looks awesome. Alright, so I'm going to rearrange all the parts, and then let's head to his setup. Here we go. Alright, so the first step is to take the B pole and snap lock it into the back of the base. There is two connections, one at the back corner and one in the center. So the B is going to go in the back, and then you're going to take the straight C pole and snap lock that in the center. We're now going to take his two shoes, which does not matter which one is which, they are the same, and you're just going to slide it over the base. After that, you will take the pole labeled E and snap lock it on his back leg, and then take the pole labeled D and snap lock it on the front leg. The two poles should then line up here, and you can then take the pants and slide it down over the leg poles. There's one leg. And there's the other. All right, after doing that, you're then gonna take his control box and torso piece and snap lock this onto the legs. need to give it a little bit of a wiggle to get it in. Once you get it there, you're going to use the snap locks and push it down. All right, I'm going to snap lock that in, and we'll get to the next step. After snap locking on the torso, you're then going to take the hip piece, and you're going to put it in to the 2 holes at the top of the torso. You're then going to pull up his pants and wrap it around the hip piece, and make sure that there's a hole in the front to get a metal pole through it. And at the back of his pants, there should be some Velcros so you can access the control box later. All right, continuing on, we're going to take the H pull and snap lock this to the top of the torso frame. Then we're going to take the shoulder frame and put this on through the holes like the hip piece. And there's one side that's bigger and one side that's smaller, so you won't be able to mess it up. And we'll just get that into place. All right, I believe that is in now. And we can take his clothes, making sure that the Velcro is on the back side of him. And we're just going to put the clothes over the hip piece, or over the shoulder frame. Like this. And then you have it into place. And our next step is to take his arms, and you're going to slide it up through the sleeves. And this could take a moment to get it up. You're just going to fish it all the way up to the top. And once you do that, you can undo the Velcros in the back. And you're going to use the fork connection on the arm, if I can find it. And you're going to use that fork connection to then attach to the holes at the top of the shoulder frame, and you'll just slide it in. Get it. Boom. All right. You're going to do the same thing with the other arm for the other side of him. And his left arm will be labeled M. We're then going to take his hand labeled R, and this one will snap lock in to his arm. And we'll just push it in, hear the click, and then that'll be in. So I'm going to do the same on the other side with the arm labeled M and the hand labeled Q. After attaching both arms, you're going to take the part labeled J, and you're going to attach it to the pole that you can access through his pants. And you're going to slide it in. Put out his base. And then you'll snap lock it in that section right there. All right, after doing that, you're then going to take his main pop-up piece, and you're going to take his head. In his head, there's a section in here that can attach to the top of the pop-up mechanism through a snap lock. So you're going to go up in here. This is going to be a more difficult step. And you're going to push in the snap lock and attach his head to the top of this pop-up module. We are then going to take the monkey piece, or the pop-up piece with the monkey head, and snap lock this to the pole coming out of his torso. All right. And then you're going to take the piece labeled L, and you're going to snap lock this to the front of the pop-up piece. We're then going to attach the neck ruffle around the monkey, And there is a Velcro on both sides of the ruffle, so you can just attach that Velcro together, and then the neck ruffle will stay on the monkey's neck. Then we can take his box, and you're going to slide it down over everything. And you're going to have it rest in the places that are meant for it on the metal bump out. And I would definitely say this is a more confusing animatronic to build than most, so definitely use the instructions. Okay, we're gonna put that down, put this box over here, and after doing that, you're then going to take these elastic loops that are inside of the box and attach it to hooks that are on the metal. It'll make more sense when you have them in person, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now, and we'll head to the next step. All right, so after attaching on the box and feeding the wires through his body to the control box, we are almost done with his setup. We're then going to take his hat and Velcro this onto his head using both Velcros, like that. And we're going to snap lock it on to the top of his frame. And once you get that in, make sure you have the wire going down to the control box, and we are almost set. We're then going to take his hands and slide it in to the available holes on the side of the box, and these can be a little hard to find, but once you get it through on one side, you're going to do the same to the other. And this may take a moment to feed it through, which it is for me. So after sliding on both of his arms into the holes, you're all set. You're going to plug in his adapter, plug in all his wires, and you'll be ready to see him in action. So let's head to the demo. Alright, so after his pretty lengthy setup, I have plugged him in to retract the monkey, and now let's plug him in for the first time to see him in action. Right, his sensor is down here. I get it to go. Yep.
Monkey see, monkey do.
All right, so that's just one of the phrases for monkey business. That was a great scare right there. So he has 4 other phrases, so if you want to check out his full demo, go ahead and check out that video already posted on my channel. But now I'll get into a little review of this guy. So he is $330, which I feel is a little bit pricey, but with a 20% off coupon, that can knock it down a little over $60, so it could be around $260, which is not too bad. His jump scare is amazing. His build is really good. It's thick metal. I like all his movements, how he looks, and everything like that, the whole concept of him. The one thing I would say is my little grudge is that if you're going to have a little bit of trouble setting this guy up. He's definitely a little bit more of a complex setup, but other than that, I love this guy. He's probably my favorite of Spirit Halloween this year. So if you have the chance to pick him up, I'd highly recommend him, and I hope you all enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.